Welcome to our Mathcast on the Introduction to Probability. Our goal is to help you better understand the concepts at hand when you need it and at your own pace. We hope you enjoy this Mathcast on the Introduction to Probability. This Mathcast is presented by Phillip and Samantha.
Here are some key vocab words that we will be using during the duration of this Mathcast. The outcomes are the possible results when an experiment is performed. An event is a collection of outcomes from an experiment. The favorable outcome is the outcomes corresponding to a specified event. Probability itself is a number from 0 to 1 that measures the likelihood that the event will occur. There are two types of probability: theoretical probability and experimental probability. Theoretical probability is a probability based on all of the equally likely outcomes of an experiment. The experimental probability is a probability based on repeated trials of an experiment.
Now let's try to figure out the probability of picking a red marble out of a bag. In the bag, you have 5 red marbles and 5 blue marbles. What's the probability of picking a red marble randomly? So first you see how many marbles you have in all. Here you have 10 marbles, so write down the number 10 with a line over it to start to make your fraction. Then you see how many red marbles you can pick out of those 10 marbles. There are 5 red marbles, so put the 5 over the 10. There's your fraction. Then you simplify your fraction by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 5 to get 1/2. That is your probability of picking a red marble. You can also find the percent by making the fraction out of 100. Then you would get 50 out of 100, which equals 50%.
Now let's try a harder one. For this problem, we are going to try and find the probability of the spinner landing on an even number. As you can see, 6 out of the 8 of these numbers are even. This would give you a fraction of 6 over 8. Now we can simplify this by dividing both numbers by 2. Now, this would give us a fraction of 3 over 4. Also, to get this number as a percent, we could multiply 3 by 25 and 4 by 25 to get a denominator of 100 and a numerator of 75. Therefore, the percent would be 75%.
On this slide, we will be showing the difference of theoretical and experimental probability. We see that there are 2 red marbles and 2 blue marbles. To find the theoretical probability of picking a red marble, we first count how many marbles there are in all, and then we see how many red marbles there are. This would give us a probability of 2/4 simplified to 1/2. Now let's find the experimental probability. To find this, you could put the marbles in a bag, pick one, put it back in the bag, and do this 3 more times. Our first time, we got a blue marble. The second time, we got a red marble. The third time, we got a blue marble. We also picked a blue marble on the 4th time. We picked marbles 4 times. Since we picked 1 red marble, we will put the 1 over the 4 to get a fraction of 1/4. That is the experimental probability of picking a red marble.
Sadly, for our last example, we will be doing another experimental probability to find the number of pink marbles you will pick out of a bag after picking 19 times. To find the experimental probability, you must perform the activity in real life. We have a bag filled with 10 pink marbles and 9 purple marbles. Here are our results. We picked 8 pink marbles and 11 purple marbles. If we add 8 and 11, we get 19, which would give us our denominator. The top numerator would be 8. This would give us an experimental probability of 8/19.
Thank you for listening to this Mathcast on the Introduction to Probability. Please feel free to listen and learn more from other Mathcasts on this channel.